Welcome to the USU Career Studio podcast that helps you navigate your career path. If you enjoy this episode, make sure to tell your friends and family all about it. Subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or anywhere else you listen to get access to our newest content. Thanks for joining me. I'm Olivia Lee, your Tuesday Tip host, and today will be our final conversation focused on the College of Engineering before we move into the next College of Focus for the month of December. On this episode, we're going to discuss 3 Career Design Center resources for interview prep. So, having used all the resources discussed in weeks previous, you have submitted your killer resume, you've made it through the screening process, and you've landed an interview for a new job opportunity or potential grad program. To succeed in the interview, you have got to sell a very important product, and that is you. That, of course, can be really tough, so the Career Design Center has pulled together these 3 resources to help you get prepped and practiced in doing that. First is an interview handout, second, the standout practice program, and third, mock interview appointments. A really great place to start is the interview handout, which I will link in the episode's description. This 10-page document covers everything you'll need to know about the entire interview process: researching employers, how to dress, questions for you to ask the interviewer, follow-up best practices, and a whole lot more. The doc is super organized, so you can sink your teeth into all the information at your own pace, or quickly find the most helpful information for you based off of where you feel you have gaps of knowledge. So again, a great place to start if you're just wanting to get oriented in what the interview process looks like. The next thing you can do to prep for interviews is utilize the Standout Practice program, which you already have access to as a USU student. In Standout, you create your own mock interview by recording and reviewing your responses to real interview questions. I think this is a really great option for those who don't feel quite comfortable enough for a mock interview with a quote-unquote real person, but still want to practice giving pointed, specific answers to interview questions. So what Standout does is it lets you determine the difficulty of the questions coming your way, what type of position or program the questions are for, and how many questions there are. From there, Standout pulls personalized questions from its database to tailor the interview for you. After you've finished, you can review the videos on your own or share them with your career coach for helpful feedback. This will, of course, be linked in the episode's description as well. The last interview resource we'll cover is a live mock interview. These are scheduled with your career coach to practice interview questions and receive immediate feedback. You can expect the interviewer to discuss your specific qualifications as they relate to the job opening or program, just like they would do in a real interview. In practicing this, you'll be ready with examples of your skills and your successes as they relate to the specific job or program. You can find the link to schedule an appointment in the episode's description. Okay, that's everything. I am going to throw in that corny saying, practice doesn't make perfect, but practice does make progress. So we hope that you'll use these resources to feel practiced and see the progress that comes from that. Thanks for joining, and see you next week for another helpful Tuesday tip. We hope you loved this episode of the USU Career Studio podcast. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and share this episode with your friends and family.